everyone. In this lecture we will cover oscillator basics, or you can say introduction about the oscillator, then classification of oscillator, after that discussion about Hartley oscillator in detail. Now what is oscillator? Oscillator are the electronic circuits which is used to generate output signal that is of sinusoidal or non-sinusoidal without the requirement of any input signal, or you can say whenever no signal is given, no input AC signal is given, oscillator circuits produces AC output signal. It produces periodic waveform on its output only with the DC supply voltage as an input. We will discuss later on ki how DC supply voltage will produce AC oscillations in the oscillator circuit. The starting AC signal. Now question is where AC signal comes. Starting AC signal is noise voltage. Noise voltage is basically appear across resistors which are used in the amplifier circuit. At ambient temperature, due to random motion of free electrons in different direction, voltage appear across the resistors. That voltage is known as noise voltage. This noise voltage consists of infinite frequency components, and noise voltage is of very low amplitude, that is in the range of microvolt. Now oscillator can generate output without any AC input signal. You can see in this figure. In this figure, DC power input is given, AC output is produced, no AC input signal is given in this figure. The output signal, or you can say output voltage, can be either sinusoidal or non-sinusoidal depending on the type of oscillator. In this lecture, we will discuss about the sinusoidal oscillators. In multivibrator means circuit used to produce non-sinusoidal. We will cover in the lecture of multivibrators in detail. Now feedback in oscillator. Feedback means what type of feedback is used in oscillator circuit. Oscillator circuit basically consists of an amplifier as well as feedback network for the frequency determination, or you can say feedback is used to determine the frequency of the signal. In the oscillator, positive feedback is used, as positive feedback increases the gain of amplifier circuit in comparison to negative feedback. Negative feedback can stabilize the gain, but it will decrease the gain of amplifier. Therefore, in oscillator, positive feedback is used. Positive feedback means portion of output voltage of an amplifier is fed back to the input with no phase shift, or it can increase strength of the signal. You can see in this figure there is no change in the phase of the output and input. Input to the amplifier, output of the amplifier, or you can say input to the oscillator circuit and output of oscillator is in same phase. There is no change in the phase shift. This is the positive feedback. But positive feedback is also known as degenerative feedback or direct feedback. This kind of feedback makes a feedback amplifier an oscillator. Next is nature of sinusoidal oscillations. Means what type of sinusoidal oscillations are possible. There are two types we are covering here. First is damped oscillations and second is undamped oscillations. In damped oscillation means oscillation amplitude are decreasing with the time, or amplitude of electrical oscillation goes on decreasing. But in case of undamped, amplitude would remain constant. Next is startup condition. Means for the oscillations to start up, what is the condition required for the oscillator circuit? For oscillations to begin, voltage gain around the positive feedback loop must be greater than 1, so that the amplitude of output can build up to a desired level, or gain must be decreased to 1, so that output stay at the desired level or oscillation is sustained. Or we can say we have to get the sustained oscillation in the oscillator circuit. To get the sustained oscillation, whenever oscillations build up to the desired level, as you can see in this figure, this is the desired level, means output would remain constant. Under this condition, amplitude, or you can say voltage gain around the positive feedback loop must decrease to unity, must have a unity value. to get the sustained oscillations. Next is condition for sustained oscillation. First, there are two conditions which are required to get a sustained oscillation. First one is phase shift around feedback loop must be 0 degree. You can see in this figure means total phase shift around the loop must be 0 degree. For example, amplifier produces a 180 degree phase shift. It means feedback circuit must provide 180 degree phase shift to get a total of either 0 degree or 360 degree. It can be 360 or 0 degree around the feedback loop. Second is voltage gain around the loop must equal to unity to get the sustained oscillations. These two conditions are also known as Bark-Hussein criteria of oscillation. These conditions must met for the sustained oscillation in any oscillator circuit. You can see in this figure, gain around the positive feedback must be unity, means product of AV and B must be unity. Next is classification of oscillators. Classification means types of oscillator. First is LC oscillator. LC means in the frequency determining network, tank circuit is used which consists of L or C components only. These oscillators are used to produce output within range of RF, radio frequency range. But because of frequency limitation of most op-amps, most operational amplifiers, BJT or FET, BJT means bipolar junction transistor or FET means field effect transistor, is used as an amplifier with these oscillator. Or you can say in case of LC oscillators, BJT and FET are mostly used as an amplifier instead of op-amp. Next type is RC oscillator, means in the feedback network to determine the frequency of signal, resistance and capacitor or resistor or capacitor are used. These oscillators are used to generate a frequency within audio frequency range. Third is crystal oscillator. Crystal oscillator is used to get the frequency stability, means it is used in that applications where higher frequency stability is required or for the constancy, for stability of frequency. This oscillator is used to provide the oscillations up to 100 of megahertz. In this case, in crystal oscillator, piezoelectric crystal is mainly used. We will discuss in the designing of crystal oscillator. Now first one is LC oscillator. LC oscillator is again of two types, Hartley and Colpitts, which we will cover. There are so many types of LC oscillator, but these two are most common types. Hartley uses a inductive feedback, Colpitts use a capacitive feedback. Now Hartley oscillator. In Hartley oscillator, this figure shows RC amplifier circuit, or you can say this is the amplifier circuit. This circuit is amplifier circuit. Or in this case, you can say R1, R2, RE is used to provide the stabilization of operating point. And capacitor CB is used to just couple output of feedback network to the base of transistor. CC is to couple output of this amplifier to the feedback network, to the input of feedback network. CE is bypass capacitor. Bypass capacitor means it bypass all the AC components which can appear across the emitter resistor RE. It bypass that AC components to the ground for the better stabilization, you can say. Or RFC is used, this is radio frequency choke, which offer high impedance to high frequency currents, which means it shorts for DC and open for AC. We can use resistance also here, but this is for the betterment of the circuit. Radio frequency coil is used. Now come to the operation of Hartley oscillator. For the operation, frequency determining, you should know, means L1, L2 and C are the component used in frequency determining network. These components determine the frequency. This is a parallel resonant circuit which consists of L1 and L2 with the variable capacitor C. To vary the frequency of the output signal, we have to vary the value of capacitor, as varying capacitor is used in this circuit. Junction of L1 and L2 are earthed. Coil L1 has its one end connected to the base via CB, via this coupling capacitor CB, and other terminal of L1 is connected to the emitter via CE, and L2 is in output circuit. Means output voltage is appear across the L2 inductor and voltage appear across the L1 is fed back to the input of amplifier circuit. Both the coils L1 and L2 are inductively coupled. Now for the frequency of oscillation. What is the operation? When the collector supply is given, then transient current is produced in the oscillatory or tank circuit. This is frequency determining or parallel resonant circuit, or you can say it is a tank circuit. In this tank circuit, transient current is produced. Oscillatory current in the tank circuit produces AC voltage across this inductor L1. Across this inductor, AC voltage will appear. The feedback network consists two series inductors which helps in determining frequency and establish the feedback. Then as in this figure, common emitter configuration is used for the amplifier. This common emitter configuration provides 180-degree phase shift between the input and output. It means to get total 360-degree phase shift, 180-degree phase shift must be provided by the feedback network. This feedback or this tank circuit provides 360-degree phase shift between the input and output voltages. This makes feedback positive, which is the essential condition or one of the essential conditions for the sustained oscillations. Now come to the startup oscillation. To startup oscillation, loop gain is greater than 1, but to sustain the oscillation, loop gain of amplifier of this oscillator circuit must equal to unity. Now frequency of oscillation. Frequency of oscillation is given by this relation F is equal to 1 by 2 pi under root of LTC. LT is the total inductance in the tank circuit. As L1 and L2 are in series, therefore LT will be addition of these two, sum of L1 and L2. And here LT is total commutative coupled inductance or equivalent inductance. L1 is inductance of first coil, L2 is inductance of second coil. By now next is advantages, disadvantages and application of Hartley oscillator. Advantages is frequency can be varied by using either variable capacitor or by using a variable inductor. Less number of components are sufficient in this oscillator. Amplitude of output remains constant over a fixed frequency range. These are the advantages of Hartley oscillator. Now disadvantages of this circuit are it cannot be used for lower frequency. At the lower frequency, inductor size would be large. It's difficult to maintain, to use in the circuit of oscillator. And harmonic distortions are also present in the Hartley oscillator. This is also a disadvantage of this circuit. Now come to the applications. Application of Hartley oscillator are as given. It is used to produce sine wave of desired frequency. Mostly it is used as a local oscillator in radio receivers, or it can also used as a radio frequency oscillator. Next is example. Solve this example in a Hartley circuit if L1 and L2 are given as L1 is 0.1 millihenry, L2 is 10 microhenry and mutual inductance between L1 and L2 is 20 microhenry. Then calculate the value of capacitor required for the operating frequency of 4110 kilohertz. It means resonant frequency is 401,010 kilohertz. It is given. To calculate the value of capacitor as resonant frequency in Hartley oscillator, we already discussed about it, 1 by 2 pi under root of LT into C. Here mutual inductance is between the L1 and L2, then total equivalent inductance of the tank circuit will be L1 plus L2 plus twice of mutual inductance. By putting the value of L1, L2 and M, you can compute Ft. Then by putting the value of Lt, you will compute the value of C for a given value of resonant frequency. Then you will get C is equal to 10 picofarad. This is the solution of this particular example. These are the references. Even you can use these books if you want to go into the detail.